Ever feel like you're just like drowning in negativity?
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
so easy to get bogged down in it all.
Especially these days. It's a lot.
It really is. So we're doing a deep dive today on a topic everyone's buzzing about. Optimism.
Right, because who doesn't want a little more of that?
Exactly. We found this article, 5 Tips for Cultivating Optimism, and it's packed with practical advice. Like, not just some fluffy, think positive stuff.
Yeah, this is about actionable steps, right? Stuff you can actually use.
Totally. And what's cool is it frames optimism as a skill, something you can actually learn and get better at.
Which is really empowering when you think about it because it means anyone can do it.
100%. Okay, so tip number 1, gratitude. And I know you're thinking,
Not another gratitude list.
right, but it's not about forcing it. It's more like, have you ever just stopped to appreciate a really good cup of coffee? Or like a beautiful sunset?
Those little things can really shift your perspective, even if it's just for a moment.
Totally. And there's actual science behind it, right?
Oh, yeah. Studies show that practicing gratitude can actually lower your stress levels. It's like
Yeah.
when you focus on what you're grateful for, your brain has less room for all the negative stuff.
So it's not just about feeling good, it's actually good for you.
Exactly. Okay, so the second tip is all about reframing negative thoughts. And this one's huge because, let's face it,
Negative thoughts happen.
all the time. But it's not about ignoring them or pretending they're not there. It's more like challenging them.
So for example, instead of, I'm going to fail this test, it's,
What can I do to prepare myself and do my best?
I love that. It's like taking control of the narrative.
Exactly. Because our thoughts have so much power. The way we talk to ourselves really matters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Tip number 3 is all about your environment,
Oh, this one's big.
because who you surround yourself with and what you expose yourself to can really affect your outlook, right?
100%. Think about it. If you're constantly bombarded with negativity, whether it's on social media, the news, or even just from the people around you, it's going to rub off on you.
Totally. It's like you can't help but absorb that energy.
Exactly. So it's crucial to be mindful of your inputs. Who are you following online? What kind of content are you consuming? Even just like the physical spaces you're in, are they cluttered and chaotic or calm and organized?
It's like doing a little positivity audit of your life.
I love that.
Okay. Tip number 4, visualization.
All right, let's talk about it.
I'll be honest, this one always sounded a little out there to me.
Yeah.
Like just wishing and hoping for things to get better.
It's not exactly about wishing. It's more like imagine you're an athlete right before a big game.
Okay.
They visualize themselves making that winning shot, crossing the finish line, whatever it is. And they do it with such detail and intensity that their brain actually starts to believe it's already happened.
They're priming themselves for success.
Exactly. And the same principle applies to us. When we visualize positive outcomes, we're essentially creating a roadmap for our brains to follow.
So it's not just daydreaming, it's like mental rehearsal. Okay, last but not least, celebrating the small wins.
Yes. This one's so important.
Because it's so easy to get caught up in the big picture and forget to acknowledge our progress along the way.
Right, like, did you finally finish that project? Hit inbox 0. Those little wins deserve to be celebrated.
Because they add up.
They really do. And when we take the time to acknowledge those small victories, it releases dopamine in our brains.
Which is like the feel-good chemical.
Exactly. And that motivates us to keep going.
It's like giving yourself a pat on the back for a job well done, no matter how small.
And the more we do it, the more we reinforce those positive behaviors and thought patterns.
It's like building momentum towards a more optimistic outlook.
Yeah.
So to wrap things up, we've covered gratitude, reframing negative thoughts, surrounding ourselves with positivity, visualization, and celebrating the small wins. Whew. That's a lot. But the good news is,
You don't have to do it all at once.
exactly, even just picking one of these tips to focus on can make a difference. So what'll it be? Which one speaks to you most right now?